A very good morning, children. So, today's topic is formal letters. Formal letter writing is undoubtedly one of the most challenging types of letter format. When putting it together, often you are addressing a person or organization with whom you are not familiar, and the quality of your content, including spelling and grammar, will be strongly scrutinized. In general, what you put together will have one of the following purposes: either you're making a complaint, you request something, or make an inquiry. So, let's do the first of all need to learn the format of a formal letter. The following points need to be taken into consideration while writing a formal letter. A formal letter strictly follows the prescribed format. Use of colloquial words, abbreviations, and slang languages should be restricted while writing a formal letter. A formal letter must be precise and to the point. The subject line is very important in a formal letter. So let's discuss the format of a formal letter. First of all comes the sender's address. Now the address and contact details of the sender are written here. It may include an email, a phone number if required, or if mentioned in the question. Then comes date. The date is written below the sender's address after leaving one space if you are typing or one line if you are writing in a notebook. Receiver's address. Then comes the address of the recipient of the letter. The subject of the letter. Why you are writing that letter. The main purpose of the letter forms the subject. It must be written in one line. It must convey the matter for which the letter is written. Then comes salutation. As you are writing a formal letter, so your language should be very, very respectful. Sir, respected sir, madam. And the most important part, the body. The matter of the letter is written here and it is divided into 3 paragraphs. But all the 3 paragraphs you will start from the margin line only. First paragraph, introduce yourself and the purpose of writing the letter. Second, give detail of the matter. Third, conclude by mentioning what do you expect from the receiver. What do you want them to do for you? A solution to your problem, to highlight an issue in the newspaper. Then comes the complimentary clause, sender's name, signature and designation here. So a letter to an editor of a newspaper is a formal letter to the editor-in-chief of any newspaper. It could be by a citizen or a group or an organization or a company wishing to address some pertinent issue. Most letters to the editor are written by citizens who want to comment on the type of articles being printed or who might be wanting to insist on a particular kind of articles to be published. Now, in formal letter, your applications which we write to the principal are also included. Then placing an order, complaint letters, these all come under the heading of formal letters. Let's first see the letter to editor. Let's see the first example. Write a letter to the editor of the Times of India complaining about the nuisance created by the use of loudspeakers. You are Piyush Sharma, a resident of Sector 15, Vasundhara Enclave, New Delhi. Now see here in the question, the name and address is already given. So you are supposed to use this information only. First is written the address, Sector 15, Vasundhara Enclave, New Delhi. Then leaving one line, date. Then again leaving one line, the receiver's address, the editor, the Times of India, New Delhi. And then again we leave one line, then write the subject starting with the capital letter. Try to avoid use of pronouns here regarding the indiscriminate use of loudspeakers. Now this subject you will generally you get clearly in the question only. Starting the letter, salutation, dear sir. Then first paragraph of the body begins. I am Piyush Sharma, a resident of Sector 15. Now here he gave the introduction with address and who he is. And then he says, would like to draw the kind attention of the concerned authorities towards the indiscriminate use of loudspeakers through the columns of your esteemed newspaper. So why he is writing the letter? The reason is clear here. Then he elaborates the problem. Nowadays, the use of loudspeakers at religious places, political gatherings, marriages, etc. has become a very common sight. The organizers of these events do not bother to turn off the loudspeakers after the stipulated time. In lot of cases, the use of loudspeakers continues till late in the night. This creates a lot of nuisance and disturbance for a lot of people, especially students and senior citizens. I would want the authorities to look into the matter. Now see, the third paragraph started, and here's he is telling what is the solution or what he expects from the newspaper. I would want the authorities to look into this matter and put stricter rules in place. They must ensure that the use of loudspeakers does not continue after the stipulated time is over. Their effort in this regard would be much appreciated by one and all. Then come complimentary close, yours truly, and sign. This sign is not supposed to be written here. It is just to teach you, and then you need to write your name, Piyush Sharma. I hope now you understand how to write letter to the editor. Thank you.